and welcome to this special edition of the Sunday Footy Show. It is television's night of nights. That's right, it is Logie's night. We're going to give away a few right now because when it comes to the best drama, can you really go past Collingwood and Hawthorn last night? Damo, you'll tell us all about that. The best new talent on Australian television. Yep, you're still learning. That's yours, Rory. Now, as James Hird continues his push for the senior coaching job at Essendon, their supporting role, Llordo. Well done, James. Will be thrilled. And, of course, Nathan will bring us all the analysis you need to know. Comedy. There you go, Nathan. Good on you, mate. Thank you very much. And now there's just one more, Stu, I think.
The gold.
Ah, the gold. Good on you, mate. Thank you.
You're not bad.
You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. That's gold.
We're better than them.
He'll leave a voice on the way out.
He'll leave a voice on the break.
We'll take a break.
Silly, silly boys. Hello and welcome to this edition of the Sunday Footy Show. It is, as always, great to have your company. And these boys cannot wait to get stuck into what's already been a pretty dramatic round of football. Starting off with Damien Barrett. How are you, mate?
TJ, look, an epic game of footy last night, wasn't it, at the MCG? Really looking forward to the footy experts pulling it apart. Collingwood, Hawthorn, another draw.
And the Hawks had some massive missed opportunities. A couple of selfish moments too, Llordo, but some missed opportunities where they could have won that game.
Yeah, exactly. Llordo, is that the game that's taken your eye this week?
I think, and with that missed opportunity, I'm always looking ahead to the finals, and now it puts them in the 1v4 situation where if they won that, they play Sydney in the first final, which is far more appealing than playing Fremantle. So they'll have to, if they lose that, then they've got to probably play a prelim at the SCG. So it was a bitter loss, and you could see it in the rooms afterwards for Hawthorn.
All right, before we get into the football, bit of housekeeping. You've got a birthday.
Mum's birthday today, and I had the phone out before you guys all said happy birthday to Mum. I sent it to her, and she's in tears. So thank you very much. It's a good start to her day for her birthday, and a good start for me as well.
Are they tears of joy or
Tears of joy?
Oh,
yeah,
right, okay,
yeah. Yeah, I think so.
And, and you have a gift to take home as well?
Yeah, I've got some Dimma.
Okay. Why wouldn't you? Hey, I will say, for someone that commutes a lot, you are on song this morning, Rory.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, yeah, good point. Now, we gave away some Logies, but maybe that man should be in line for a Grammy. Here he is in a drunken stupor.
No, it wasn't. Is it hot in here?
You look awkward. Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't awkward. There was someone else.
Sounded good.
What was this? Last Friday night, was it? Yeah, I went out for dinner.
Recent?
It might have very recent.
Had you had a few?
Yeah, I can actually play the guitar. I promise you I can actually play that song properly, but no, in that moment, my fingers weren't functioning properly or the way they should.
We've already worked Stu to the bone this morning. But Stu, you there, mate?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, well, mate, we'll put that down at the end of this segment. I want for those wondering, it was actually Sweet Home Alabama that he was destroying. So, mate, at the end of the segment, you're going to take us out to the break.
Is it in tune?
Are you in tune?
No, is that in tune? Because that one wasn't.
No, don't worry about the guitar, mate, as long as you are. All right, plenty of sides on song as well as Damo takes us through the results so far.
Yeah, there was, TJ. Fremantle, no need for Wharfie time. It got close, but they were too strong for Adelaide in the last quarter. Geelong came from 39 points down behind North Melbourne yesterday for another good win. Will Ashcroft just racking up medals, best on ground in the Q clash. An epic draw, as we've touched on already, Hawthorn and Collingwood last night, and Melbourne just destroyed Port Adelaide.
And the ladder sits this way, Fremantle on top as they have been for a long time. So home final, show to Sydney. Then it gets interesting as the Brisbane Lions, they play Collingwood. You think Hawthorn gets over the top of West Coast, the Demons and the Cats. But at the bottom half of that is Adelaide, Collingwood, Western Bulldogs and Carlton. So if it stayed that way, Adelaide would play Carlton next week and Collingwood, the Western Bulldogs, and all the way down to Richmond and Essendon.
So if it stayed that way, then you would have Collingwood and Carlton playing in a wildcard final.
With results next week, with results go the way we think they'll go, Collingwood should play Carlton in the first final, which would be great.
How many would you get there, Damo?
Oh, you'd get 100, I reckon,
Yeah.
TJ. And
that'd be
the
insane.
talk on it is it'll be a Friday night and Saturday, whether it's a twilight or a Saturday night. But that is the likely scheduling of wildcard.
All right, speaking of the Pies, it's not the Collingwood show, contrary to popular belief, but they did figure in an absolute classic last night with the Hawkers.
And this is the last play of the game where Dylan Moore again. Both games he kicked the goal after the siren to get the draw last time, and then he had a shot, but this fell short. So Summer last, should he have rolled and played on earlier? Would he have known how long, 20-odd seconds to go to try and get that extra distance? Why weren't there more Hawks on the goal line?
To punch
That's
it
a
through?
big one, yeah.
Or trying
No,
to
you can't
block,
punch it through.
Yeah, to try and block Swaddling, to have the ball go through, Rory.
So this is an interesting one, yeah, and I don't know if many players know, because Lloyd Meek tried to fist that one through, but as a Hawthorn player, if he fists that through, it doesn't count as a point at all.
If it comes off the fist, naturally, as opposed to being moved by the fist, it would have counted. Yeah.
But what Hawks players need to do there is actually just clear the zone and actually block and shepherd that ball through. That's what you need to do as a scoring team. Sorry.
And just to remind people, this has happened before this season. The only time in the history of the game the same two teams have played in two draws in the same season, and the same man had the ball in his hand when the siren went. Dylan Moore, other end of the ground. The scores were eerily similar. There's
That's
one
the
point
first time.
different. This is the round 8 game, TJ. Yeah.
first.
And this was the goal that he kicked in that moment to take it to 93 apiece. It was 92 apiece last night. So first time in history, TJ. It's quite extraordinary that this has unfolded in 2026 the way it has with these two teams.
Better camera angle on that.
Well, at least we saw it. I mean, we didn't see what happened last night, the first goal.
You're not happy, are you?
Oh, no, we didn't. I mean, they had to replay it to see that Swaddling's. It was a heroic effort from, you've already referenced it, Llordo, for Swaddling to cleanly make that ball go back into play, but would have been good to see on the first roll.
Nath?
Hawthorn are going to be top 4 and they might have Josh Ward to thank. So if you don't tag Nick Dacos, you run the risk. And if you do that, then you've got to go after him. And like Josh Ward did in the second half, he took Dacos on. Now, it's dangerous to do it, but he did it really well. Doesn't kick a goal here, but the intent is obvious. Get off Nick Dacos at all costs at the moment. And Josh Ward had a fantastic second half. Here's Dacos getting through the middle of the ground to try and set up in the defensive end. That's Josh Ward at the bottom of the screen. Dacos goes into the middle. Josh Ward goes, OK, well, I'm dangerous now. I'm going to float down this wing. Dacos doing the right thing in the middle, but now I'm going to get off him. I'm going to try and make him pay. Gets the ball out. There's still 21 points down here, but Josh Ward gets the ball to Mitch Lewis. They kick their first goal. All of a sudden, Hawthorn's starting to come back into it. Then there's a turnover. Josh Ward in the right spot. They go back inside. Have a look at the chase. Have a look at the chase from Josh Ward. Dacos still gets the kick away, but the chase allows the turnover. Sicily getting back. Now this one, the turnover. Burning the other way. That's Josh Ward, Dacos at the top. Dacos was still the best man on the ground, but I thought Josh Ward's second half was outstanding and the reason why they got back in the game. This is the first one of the last quarter. They're both there again. Josh Ward gets off him now, takes a chance, then runs, kicks a great goal. A little bit of luck over the top, but an 80-metre goal, and then back-to-back goals for Josh Ward. The next one, you'll see Dacos comes down, goes to the defensive side of the contest. Josh Ward goes, how good's this? I'm a left footer. I'm just going to stand here. If the ball pops out to me, I'm a chance to kick the goal. It pops out, left foot. You've got to take Dacos on. If you're not going to tag him, you've got to take him on. That's exactly what Josh Ward did.
Browny, first final, if it's Carlton, would you play the hard tag or play that way, you think? What do you...
Well, I don't think Carlton have a hard tagger. So whether it's Lloyd goes to him, he's probably their only tagger at the moment.
George Stewart type?
If you don't have a player that can go with him, I would try and get off him as much as you possibly can.
All right, good stuff, Nathan. All right, we're going to do a baton change at the plasma now. Rory, what caught your eye in terms of... Oh, please. What is this, under 10s?
No, we're a team here. Come on, we're all a team. Hey, I told you Hawks had some missed opportunities in front of goal and going inside forward 50, so I want to show you how they could have won this game. First up, Wizard normally hits that. Just a quick little hit to Jack Gunston leading up. You give him any chance inside forward 50. Jarman Impey, keep running. Look at all this space. Keep running or use the handball. You've got to run and carry. But this is what Collingwood do. They put you under so much pressure, Llordo, that you think you've got to win it yourself and you forget about there's other teammates around you. I've seen Jack Gunston hit these kicks with his eyes closed before. So you've got to have composure when you play Collingwood. Again, here, Dylan Moore from the boundary. That goes top of the goal square every day of the week. And after the second half, they actually got a little better. They started to use their hands and run and carry. That's got to be a handball over the top. These are easy goals that Hawthorn should have capitalised on earlier in the game. This is just a massive missed opportunity. They try to do the right thing. They try and share it around, but it's a comedy errors. But there's 5 or 6 moments here where Hawthorn could have kicked a goal or could have hit the scoreboard. And again, this ends up in the Wizards' hand. He's got an easy handball. He can hit out and D'Ambrosio, but he goes to snap himself. It falls short. Just not composed when it mattered early on.
Well, what else should have he done there?
He could have handballed, I reckon, to D'Ambrosio. Massimo.
Right.
Yes, he could have used the hands.
But isn't that also an indication of the pressure that these blokes were under last night?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. So Collingwood put them under such an enormous amount of pressure that sometimes you get the blinkers on as a player, but in those moments and in finals, you've got to really compose yourself and use those options because they're there.
So the draw, we know, Llordo's already referenced that the Hawthorn will likely now finish fourth and have to play Fremantle in a qualifying final in Perth. And the Collingwood team, TJ, doesn't yet know where it's going to finish in the wildcard slot. It makes for an interesting week with the dead rubber component to their next game. Collingwood versus Brisbane Lions, MCG Friday night. Craig McRae post-match talking about how his team may look.
We've got a lot of players coming back. I say that, but they still got to get through the week. We've got another 6-day break, so we had travel in a couple of 6-day breaks, which might suggest that some might need to be managed. I was pretty deliberate with Jared Way that we'll manage them if they need to be managed, not just for the sake of it. And if they're really sore and they can't perform, well, that they won't play next week.
The backdrop to all this entire conversation is the email that Greg Swan, the footy boss of the AFL, sent to clubs 2 weeks ago, warning them against resting en masse players from this round 24 matches, given that there are going to be configurations of teams being presented for wildcard round, Rory. Now, with Collingwood not being able to move out of the wildcard slot, they'll play a wildcard final in Melbourne. Just depends against who. Would you be resting a lot of players?
Not a lot. There's probably two. Probably the two Dacos boys for me stand out. Pendles you have to assess, but the other part is, like, firstly, don't worry about what the memo of the AFL said. You do what's best for your team coming into finals. So those two boys are the only ones I look at on paper and go, maybe they need a rest. They've played a lot of the season, but you've also got to weigh up form coming in. You want a side that's got good continuity and you want to take good form coming in too, so that they can beat Brisbane up there, and that'd be a great challenge for them.
What's the biggest concern for the AFL? Like, with that? Everyone knows
it's just the optics.
The optics of it. Like, but yeah, right.
And the percentage, the chance for...
This doesn't matter. It's draft picks. That's all they're concerned about normally, isn't it?
No, not with this one. It's a chance for the percentage to change on some other team getting absolutely belted.
But you're allowed to rest players during the year and say we're managing. Yeah. Why not in this round?
Because they just didn't like the messaging it sent. And as we know, they've created this problem themselves. When they got rid of the problem by introducing the bye after round 24, or 23 as it once was, now they've created a scenario where 4 teams are playing in that week after the conclusion of the home and away season, and there's 4 teams who will have the luxury, if they want to, of resting players en masse. And I'm the same with Rory. If I'm Craig McRae, I'd be resting as many as I chose. Makes us better the following week.
I think why he was so happy last night and why Hawks should be so disappointed. Listen to this. Allan, Swadling, Steele, West, Hayes, Anderson, Harrison, Howes and Puncture. They had a team that was so vulnerable last night. And that's why I think he was so happy with that draw compared to Hawthorn. It was a fair coaching performance.
Ed Allen's actually going to join us in a matter of moments. Now, North Melbourne, Damo, I'm not baiting you, but yet again they showed signs of improvement this time against Geelong. They didn't get the job done, but they should have won this match.
They should have won. There's been a lot of times they should have won games. So 9 goals for the Cats kicked in the second term, 22 inside 50s to 8, and clearly this is the issue for North Melbourne at the moment. They are good enough to put 7 goals on the Cats. But we've seen it multiple times this year where they've been able to play great football. Now they've got to go to work on, you know what, do we slow the game down? Do we go again? Do we do the Collingwood method and get 3, 4, 5 goals in front? Or do we hold the lead? Because obviously something changed after quarter time, and that's the biggest issue they have to address. I think they've improved a hell of a lot. You don't do what you did to the Cats in the first quarter without improvement. And I know what you'll say, Damo, it's another honourable loss. But I'd rather them play like that than get blown away the whole game like they were in previous years.
They're on top of the ladder of the honourable loss ladder. Very well done.
Well, that's
a really good outcome.
That is a positive for something.
Damo, can you at least concede, again, I'm not baiting you, can you at least concede there has been improvement this year?
Yeah, I can concede that, TJ, and there has been, but it doesn't necessarily automatically guaranteed to translate into more wins next year in a position where it doesn't matter where they are. They're out of the wildcard round and they've probably got enough talent on the... If the Western Bulldogs are still in it, if Collingwood's still in it, on the back of those 10 players Llordo rattled off, North Melbourne should be, at least going into the last round, a chance, and they're not.
So what happened yesterday in this game was North smashed them at stoppage. So it was all a domination. It was 20-3 stoppage. Sherry's just demonstrating Edwards, who still needs another 2 or 3 pre-seasons. Finn O'Sullivan was brilliant. Jai Simpkin was going, look at this, plus 13 clearances, plus 10 centre clearances. They get to quarter time. Trembath misses a shot to put them 40-plus points up. Should have been game over. But once Geelong got to Chris Scott at quarter time, they cranked up the pressure on North Melbourne. They capitulated.
Yeah.
So that was a horrible second quarter where they crumbled under the pressure.
They did crumble under the pressure, but for the Cats as well, coming into finals, they've got to fix this area of the game, because if they get beaten up around the ball, because they rely so heavily on scoring from their front half, so that they have to tidy up their centre bounce and their stoppage work if they're going to compete in finals.
Yeah, they missed out on Rowan Marshall, but how there wasn't a plan B, do they keep being in this situation where they don't have a ruckman, it's probably going to cost them again.
North's cause wasn't helped yesterday by Harry Sheasel going off the ground and out of the game early in the piece after this very heavy hit from Mullen, and it was accidental. I don't expect there won't be any issue there, but it meant that he was out for not just yesterday's game, but most likely the last game of the season. It flared up really, really nastily, and unfortunately for him early. Ollie Woodshare went down early with a foot injury. It was a precautionary one, according to Chris Scott post-match. James Warple had a hamstring awareness, so the Sheasel loss was negated somewhat by those two Cats also going down.
All right, big show coming up. Don't forget, Llordo's Deep Dive is one for the ages in terms of preliminary finals, isn't it? And it really did set the benchmark for rivalries with these two teams.
Yes, and one of the most emotional games I would have thought in the history of the game.
The quiz, we got a theme?
The quiz, sanctions. So big sanctions that have come over the AFL in recent times, whether it's been weeks out of the game or fines.
Yeah, just sanctions, mate. Just sanctions.
Sanctions.
Damo's agenda, there's plenty on his plate there. What caught my eye promises to be pretty special, and then throwing us to the break a little later on will be Rory.
Yeah, my palms are sweating already.
Aka Eric Clapton, a.k.a. Eric Clapton, so that'll be coming up a little later on. But I want to move on now, because the next match is, of course, the Power, and the D's did it pretty easy.
Yeah, the Power could have done Adelaide half a solid and competed in this game. Would have helped Adelaide's top 6 chances. But you know you're a ruthless footy club when you go into Stade and you put on a performance like this in Q1. I mean, most of these goals came from turnover. Their pressure was enormous. They put Port under all sorts of pressure, and Port just had no answers at all for them. And Port have been valiant for most of the year and put up a fight, but that was a ruthless display from Melbourne, Damo.
Yeah, it was. They've got concerns, though, with what may happen or what will happen to Jacob Van Rooyen after this incident with Allaire. In good form, Jacob Van Rooyen, Llordo, and the wayward arm here. Now, the best case scenario and the best defence may be that he was attempting to spoil, and he does appear to make contact with the ball first, but unfortunately for him, Allaire was also contacted in the head and was taken out of the game for HIA reasons. I hope it doesn't affect his All-Australian chances. I think he was on track to become a second All-Australian this year, but from a Jacob Van Rooyen perspective, I think the best case scenario for him would be somehow to work it down from 3 to 2.
Yeah, I agree with that. And if he gets 3, missing for the first 2 finals, he might not play again this year. So, put so much pressure on Petty and Jefferson. So it's a massive, massive loss.
Was he looking at the ball?
I think when you're going through on a lead, it's sort of there, or it's sort of that. It's just that arm, that motion.
I'll say it's careless.
Yeah, it is careless, unfortunately.
Careless, high, and the impact was high.
Do you liken it to the same as the Darcy Fogarty incident?
Well, let's take a look at that one, Rory. It's got nothing to do with it in that Darcy Fogarty's tackle on Harry Cunningham.
And he got 3.
Was a tackle, but he got 3. That's the comparison. And some people still look at that thinking, why is he even suspended at all? He got 3. He was back this weekend after serving that 3 weeks. But that's the zone that this one is in for different reasons. But the contact to their head inadvertently being the cause of it, the core of it.
Q Clash honours went to the Brisbane Lions, and what was a pretty special night for the coach.
It was, and he hates all the limelight and fanfare his way, doesn't he? The family moments pre-match, the build-up at the footy club during the week, TJ, the guard of honour, the speeches, the gift giving. They love him. 10 years as coach of that footy club. The first 2 years finished in 17th on the ladder, 17th on the ladder, and then every year since then has been finals. And as we know, the past 3 grand finals, he's going for a 3rd consecutive premiership at the end of this year. And just those numbers are just eerily similar to the great Lee Matthews. These are just records of Matthews at Brisbane Lions only, but the wins, losses, they're extraordinarily similar. And the one difference is the premiership, which Chris Fagan is well on track to equalling at the end of this year.
Llordo, you work alongside Lee on AW. Does he like conceding records?
No, he'd be fine. I think he'd be a happy man. He'd be a happy man in this situation.
They're such great mates, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they are,
It's been a Wednesday dinner arrangement with those two and their partners and others at times for the best part of 10 years.
All right, well done to Chris Fagan, and there might be more plaudits to come in the coming weeks. St Kilda, comprehensive winners over the Tigers.
Yeah, they had to do this, and I'll tell you what, Bradley Hill's had a very good season. Ross Lyon has got the best out of him, obviously coached him at multiple clubs now, but sending him back to the half-back flank, he's been a high half-forward at times, he's been a wingman at times, but to be the distributor off half-back and where the role that Nazaya has opened up when he went into the midfield, Bradley Hill has just picked it up. Another 41 disposals, 26 in the first half, and look, he'd be an outside chance for All-Australian. I don't think he'll get in there, but I definitely think he'll be in the squad.
Doesn't matter what level you play at, if you are fitter and you are a better athlete than others, you'll shine, and he just ran them off their feet. They had no one to run with him yesterday at the MCG.
Yeah, and no one to pressure him either, and that's what I think Richmond was so disappointed about. In the massive game for a couple of their stars, a couple of their premiership stars, they could not put the pressure on. And this is Dion Prestia and Nathan Broad getting chaired off and getting celebrated at the end of the game yesterday, because they've had terrific careers and they've been great players for Richmond Footy Club, and I think they would have just been disappointed in the end that they couldn't quite put up a better performance and a more ruthless performance for those guys in particular.
And he was strong for once, Damo, in terms of post-match.
Well, he has to be, I think, Lloyd. I think he and the CEO have been quite delusional as to how this season has unfolded. You're referring to Adamuze, the coach, Llordo, 3 wins, 19 losses to this point of the year, and he wasn't mucking around with what he did say post-match.
Really, really disappointed with our performance. We got outworked, we got outplayed. We got smashed in a lot of the areas that we've been really strong in contested possession and inside 50s and time in half over the last few weeks, which on a really important day, it was really embarrassing. So our players and some of the lads that feel like if they felt like they haven't played well today and performed at a level that would have made Brody and Dion Prestia proud, we've got to be really honest and live with that.
Yeah, it's going to be a long, hot summer, that's for sure, for the Tigers as they look to redeem themselves in 2027. Fremantle and Adelaide kicked us off on Friday night.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this game of footy. Adelaide were pretty good, but not good enough. And you must play 4 quarters of football to beat Fremantle. They are the most destructive side in the competition by a fair way. Yes, Brisbane are superstars, but this side, it's a forward handball. So they don't go backwards. There's a lot of AFL teams that go backwards and sideways. Fremantle just cut you open with that forward handball. This Sarong, Brayshaw, Bolton had 15 inside 50s the other. This one, going to freeze it. So forward handball. So the way they spit out of that stoppage, Brayshaw and Sarong are the best two-way runners combination in the game. Bolton asks them, where do you want me? Where do you need me? And he just listens and does as he's told in that situation. Murphy Reid still to come back, who didn't play in this game. Again, just a lightning quick forward handball. Take it forward. Switkowski joined the midfield group the other night. You'd love to be a forward at the Fremantle Dockers, and they are undoubtedly the team to beat in this final series.
I want to go around the panel, Llordo, starting with you. One team and one team only. Who wins the premiership?
Fremantle.
Damo?
Dockers?
Brisbane.
Fremantle.
Alrighty, there it is. They are the predictions. Put them in the time capsule and put this in the time capsule as well, but don't tighten the lid too much. It is what caught my eye, and to kick us off, it is you, Nave.
It certainly is. And Damo, I'm going to ask you a question. How long have you been married for?
I'm coming up to nearly 30 years.
Nearly 30 years. Rory, how long?
10 years this year.
Llordo, how long have you been married for?
24 years.
I've been married for 15 years. What about you, big boy?
34.
34. So over 34 years, you'd probably figure out what you can say and what you can't say that's probably going to get you in trouble. And you've done it again on the news desk.
Now here with your Monday Night Sport, Tony Jones.
Are you sure you want to hear this?
Is it about Naz?
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay.
I'm just going to
You go to the
cover.
kitchen. Okay, hang on. I'm glad you raised that.
Hang on. Before you speak, we'll just say what happened when you came back after the little issue.
Well, you know, the feeling sometimes awkward things happen and you just want the ground to open up and swallow you. Yep.
I thought you were talking about when you told me to go to the kitchen. That's when you wanted to be swallowed by the ground.
I know, it didn't come out right, did it? No, I meant...
I'm back now.
I meant go and make a cup of tea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, for you?
No, I just...
We'll move on.
No, hang on. I just want to explain. Because Alicia...
It doesn't matter what I do on guitar now.
Get yourself a shovel, come on.
So, because Alicia is a massive St Kilda fan, I said, you don't want to hear this about Naz. So I wanted to say, just maybe go and make a cup of tea or something. Yeah.
It didn't go well.
No, it didn't. But anyway, I'm glad you raised it. Seriously, mate, I tell you. What was my bit again? Oh, yeah. So we saw this last night. It probably wasn't the great... I mean, I'm not one to talk, obviously, but obviously it could have been a better effort from Harrison, couldn't it? I mean, would you say that his non-preferred foot is in need of a bit of work?
Yep.
Would you say that, Llordo? I mean, you're the goal-kicking hero.
He's a right foot, isn't he?
He's right footy, yeah. He could have used his left foot.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we shouldn't defer to you as we go back to some of your playing days, Llordo. Here we go. Have a look at this. Here we go. Here we go.
No. What is that?
Come on, Llordo.
Do the work on the other side, Llordo.
It went about 10 rows back, mate. Not only that, they decided to replay
The
it.
amount of handballs you had.
What happened, Llordo?
I don't know. You can't nail them all.
So when Jacob looks back at the show today, you're just going to edit that bit out?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I think you might. Rory.
We saw this a few weeks back, TJ. You give an inspiring speech to the Channel 9 team.
Now, come on, we're faster than them, we're better than them. Yeah, we've got to kick away in this quarter.
It's not the only time you've been part of the Channel 9 team. Here's the other time. You were a coach this time, so we're looking for TJ in the big brown baggy pants here. If we can bring up the footage of him coaching. There he is, pushing it. There, he just gave him a little nudge. But listen to the words of the song. So I'm led to believe you changed the word. You was responsible for changing the words of that song, TJ.
Okay, yeah. Well, you are the music maestro.
Well, that's true. But you're not the only one who changed the words of the song. Have a listen to Browny here.
How does that go again?
It's from Tigerland, they call it. Would you like...
Yeah.
We want me to sing it.
Just a little, yeah.
Oh, we're from Tigerland, fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you'll see us with a grin. Hey, risking head and shin. Hey, we're in tight, in a right and fighting winner. We're from Tigerland.
Very good.
Well, while we're on Brownie, we may as well stick with Brownie because we've known TJ for a few years now, haven't we? This is about Brownie. It's a real battle for him to get from here in Docklands at Channel 9 through to through to Triple M in South Melbourne. And it was a battle last week, and unfortunately for him, Joey Montagna, the man on screen there, and Daisy Thomas and Stevie J got to host the show before he gets there. Now, he gets there about 10 minutes in, and look, thumbs up in a moment, Llordo, watch this. Wait, thumbs up, I'm right. I've got it from here. I'm hosting from here. So what we thought we'd do was just take you behind the scenes of this frantic dash from Docklands to South Melbourne and the state of disarray that Nathan left his dressing room in last week. So here's me with more on that situation, TJ. Roaming Barrett last week.
At the end of each show, most of us have the courtesy to take off our jackets, our shirts, our pants, our shoes and put them back where we get them so that Ruby doesn't have to pick them up off the ground, as has to happen today, where Nathan Brown has decided to just dump the pants there, the boots there, the jacket over there. I don't know where he's probably wearing his shirt, but he's just going to take it off.
That is terrible.
And they still haven't seen the shirt since either.
That is an unfair edit.
That is exactly how it was read.
I hung my jacket up.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
I hung my jacket up.
Why do you do that?
I hung the jacket up.
Mate, you're a repeat offender.
That's unfair.
You're a repeat offender.
That is unfair, Damien.
I share a dressing with you, and you leave it that way every Sunday. You do so.
Wow.
As AFL footballers, we're happy with our rigs, aren't we, Rory, when we're in our prime? And there's none better than this, Bucks. I've never seen a rig like this one.
Oh, that's AI.
This was pretty good too.
It's okay.
But there's some guys who, as much as they play AFL footy, they've still got kids' bodies. And for whatever reason, they don't often see the gym. And I saw this back in the 90s. So that was like a merchandise shop. Did you not see the gym?
This is my first year.
Where's your chest?
Apparently everyone else refused to take their top. That is Karen Wallace.
That's Plow's wife.
Yes, that's right. So she looks stunning. But Brownie, apparently everyone else said... this. Pump some iron, Browny. What are you doing?
It's my first year, Llordo.
Keep the top on in that situation.
Your mum was having such a great day, and you've gone and ruined it by showing that.
Just on that, word got back to us during the week, TJ, that Llordo, who's just shown a picture of himself topless, has now asked for that photo, which we might just get up again, to be the go-to shirtless Llordo photo from here on in. He's got rid of the other one, and he's so happy with, not the Bucks one, the one that it's about to show here. That's the one he now wants every time we need to do a shirtless Llordo. Is that your favourite shirtless Llordo?
Well, they were going to show the Men for All Seasons one in the grey, but I was a bit too slim there too, I thought.
All righty, we'll take a break now. As we go to the break, go on, get your guitar.
What do you want? Sweet Home Alabama?
Yeah,
or
try and get it right
Better
this
Man
time.
Pearl Jam?
Okay, here we go.
Better Man Pearl Jam?
Yeah, whatever.
We're live.
You sing?
Waiting, watching the clock. It's 4 o'clock. It's got to stop. Tell me. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this on air.
That's a good effort. That's better than you thought, isn't it?
But I would have just
really.
I would have just played.
That's a good effort.
What's hot in here?
Go Crows!
Go Crows! She loves us. Can't find a better man. Ed Allan will join us in a second. He's a superstar. Brilliant, Tone, come on.
Well done, mate. All right, yes, you are watching the Sunday Footy Show. It's not Countdown Revisited, but, I think Collingwood and Hawthorn struck a chord with fans last night, didn't they, at the MCG? This really was an absolute classic and historic.
Oh, great game of football. It ebbed and flowed all night with Collingwood jumping out of the blocks and then Hawthorn looking like they're going to overpower them. Nick Dacos, Josh Dacos, swaddling a real story. Impey was sensational and Gunston kicked 2 goals for. But Ed Allan, who's been one of the real finds of the year, he's just become a real cornerstone for the Collingwood side with what he does for their side. Joins us this morning. Ed, thank you so much for joining us. And where were you when Moore was having that shot for goal? And what did you think?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I also didn't know the siren was going to go, so I was sort of in front of the pack waiting for, a crumb potentially. But, I was pretty close to Swads, who spoiled it. It was mixed emotions. Initially excited that, Swads got the spoil, but, it was definitely a weird one.
I'm not sure if you've seen the vision yet of your coach, Craig McRae, of what he was doing after the game, where seemed really up and about. Is that how he came across after the game? Really proud of the efforts with how many young players you had in the team?
Yeah, and I saw the clip. It was pretty funny. He was really up and about, and he's such a positive coach. He loves his winners mentality, and we all do as a group. So that was definitely a focus post game to act like winners, and
What did he actually say to you, Ed, when he got you into the rooms? And we're seeing the vision of him immediately upon the final siren. But what did he say to you as a group?
Yeah, we went straight into the team meeting post-game. And, all the leaders just spoke, said how proud they were of the group. Because, it was such a big effort. There was definitely moments of the game where we went down. I think we were down by 22 points in the fourth quarter. And, to come back and, get the draw. I think it just shows the maturity of the group, and it doesn't matter who comes in, and we can all play our role.
And Ed, I've loved the maturing of your game as a midfielder. You've done some, I wouldn't say negating roles, more accountable mid roles. Jordan Dawson, you spent a bit of time on Newcombe. How's roles like this developed you into a player?
Yeah, I think it's helped my development. It's probably something I pride myself and what we pride ourselves on is being accountable and two-way runners as midfielders. So I think it's definitely very important as a midfielder to run both ways. So I was obviously on Newcombe a bit last night around the stoppages, trying to negate him where I could.
I'm sure you're going to every game and you want your pressure rating to be off the charts, but it was last night. 92 tackles, and Bo McCreary headed that up. He laid 12 tackles, but was outstanding as well. And just that fleet of foot player at Collingwood, ability to put pressure on.
Yeah, Bo was unbelievable last night. I think his last quarter was outstanding. We got him into centre bounce a fair bit, and that's the centre bounce. I think he changed the game for us when they had momentum in the last quarter. I think that was one of the best games I've seen him play.
Ed, can I ask you about a lot of the focus this week leading into the Brisbane game will be who's going to be rested or managed, as they call it. As a player, if the coach was to come to you and say, hey, mate, you might just sit this one out. We want to just keep you fresh for the wild card. I mean, is it something that you would begrudgingly do? I mean, is that the scenario facing a couple of players at least?
To be honest, I haven't really thought about it, TJ. But yeah, I mean, I'm willing to do anything for the team. If that means be rested, I'm not too sure. I haven't really thought about it, but I think we've got a lot of experience coming back over the next few weeks as well, which is which is pretty exciting.
All right, Ed Allan out with illness.
And Ed, has Nick got his Brownlow speech all sorted yet? Because, again, like, he's got this thing sewn up. He's one that could rest next week and still win the Brownlow by a mile.
Yeah, he's had a great year. He's an absolute freak. He's great to play with. But I think, something that's been great growth for him this year has been his leadership. He's been unbelievable for me in my role, helping me out and all the other mids. But, he's an absolute freak. You'd think he's sewn it up by now.
So is that his talk on field, his direction on field, his organisation?
Yeah, on field and during the week as well. I think, he's a real thinker of the game, real student of the game, and sees the game really well. And is always working with the coaches pretty closely to see where we can improve. But then, game day just helping set us all up as well.
Out of all the big guns you've played on, who's provided the biggest challenge or you've walked away going, I've learned a lot from him today?
Oh, good question. I think, they all present something different. I think Cozzy was pretty good with his acceleration just burst from stoppage. But I think, Jordan Dawson the other week was really good at just getting into good spots to receive the ball. He was definitely a big challenge. Zach Butters was good as well. They all present a different challenge, which is, good to see.
Well, congratulations on everything you're doing. It's been sensational, the way you've developed this year. The votes from last night's game, the two Dacos boys were sensational. Jarman Impey, heard Craig McRae say it was a real issue for us after the game, and Josh Ward, who Browny just spoke of earlier.
And this is the prize pack coming your way, and you'll get tracking with this as well. A family pass to Victoria's wildest theme park, Gumbaya World, with through rides, water slides and wildlife experience all in one location. Get out there in the summer. The pool is fantastic, but the quackers they bite. A HitFit membership, combined bodyweight and boxing for a full body workout. Travis Matthew is made to meet the moment. Look and feel your best. A box of Chrome Tour golf balls, umbrella, golf towel and a cap thanks to Callaway. Very good friends of the show, Callaway. Bar Fridges Australia. They're always on the Sunday Footy Show at your one-stop shop. A pair of Aquilas, premium quality footwear since 1958. And a pair of Ricks eyewear. Eyewear that inspires confidence. There's the Rixy stuff right there. Platform 28 just over the road in the Docklands. It is the best pub in the Docklands. TJ still owes $11 for a soup down there. Elevate your wardrobe with this latest streetwear style from St Goliath. And the Better collection sewn elastic into the groin line for maximum support and no chafe. They're all coming your way, Ed.
So, what did you say, kid?
Ed.
Oh, Ed. I thought you said kid.
Ed.
All right, good on you, Ed. Great to catch. Yeah, I know his name's Ed, thank you. Great to catch up with you, mate, and thank you to Collingwood for realising that even a draw players are still capable of having a chat. So good on you, mate, thank you, and all the best for the coming weeks.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right, thank you. Ed Allan joining us there. We'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. Welcome back. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. You're just a nuisance, aren't you?
What do you mean?
Did you have to punch me as you walked past then to get back to your chair?
That feel like a punch. I poked you.
Well, don't poke me.
Kane copped the punches, that wasn't a punch. Kane copped it. Oh, sorry, I can't bring that up, can I?
Well, you just did. You just did. You are on fire today, my friend, and so were the Demons at the expense of Port Adelaide.
Yeah, they were. It was a fast start by the Demons. 20 goals, 12. They won by a lot. Georgiades kicked 4. Chandler had a fantastic game. Bailey Fritz kicked 4. Steele doing what he's done all year. Max Gawn, All-Australian ruckman, 25 touches again. Cozzy Pickett, Wines. Joe Richards has spent some more time in the midfield with all the injuries they've had. He had 29, but it was Cade Chandler that caught your eye.
Yeah, their forward line's humming at the moment too, and it's not just him hitting the scoreboard, it's the pressure he provides. He's one of those ones at the moment, he gets up the ground, Lloyd. He gets high up the ground, can get involved in and around stoppages, but then resets super hard. And yeah, I love the work he does off the ball and the pressure he puts on, but his ability to finish has gone to another level this year. He hits the scoreboard far more often than what he has.
Yeah, you need, the game's told you need minimum 2, maybe 3 of those types. We saw Sharp has had a good season as well for Melbourne, and Bailey Fritsch is going to kick another 40-plus goals, so he was really important. Even that centering up, did not hesitate to pass that one. So Stephen King just has them absolutely humming. What a season they are having, taken scalps all year, Damo.
Yeah, well, Llordo, just looking at the ladder now with one round to go, they've won one more match than the Hawthorn Footy Club. They're on the same premiership points because Hawthorn's got 2 draws, making it a 60 premiership point conversation, but they're only 6 percentage points behind Hawthorn. Just to raise that, even at this late stage of this season, in context of where they've come from and where they're about to finish.
And to go on the road, potential danger game, 6 goals up at quarter time, Browny. They're the complete side right now.
Let's have a look at the votes from yesterday, and I thought that Kate Chandler was fantastic. Gorn in there as well, Steele and Fritsch, all the guys we just spoke about.
Keep it going, Nathan, because our next match is North Melbourne and Geelong. Rory, you can do this, actually.
Yeah.
OK, good time.
Sorry. The North started the game on fire. Like their first quarter, as we said, they got on top of the centre bounce. Josh Simpkin kicked a couple of goals. He was outstanding. And Geelong, it took a little change and a little structural change to their ruckman, Browny, for them to get back on top in that second quarter.
It's a luxury to have that sort of change. So we're talking about Mark Blixarves went into the ruck yesterday. So he just looked a little bit overwhelmed against Tristan Sherry. But to be able to put a player who can run around the ground like he does and go into the ruck and trust him to do a job and kick goals. He kicks on his left more than any other player on his opposite in the competition, I reckon, Mark Blixarves. And again, yesterday, he's played so many games, but he showed us his versatility, how good he is. And then come September again, Geelong have got him in their arsenal to go anywhere they please. So he's a wonderful player.
With the type of athlete he is, can he reach 400 games? Like, I don't see him slowing down anytime soon.
How many's had now?
He's well over 300 now.
310 maybe now. Yeah.
Good to see why not.
He has slowed a little bit, I would say. So some days the role suits him, but at other times he can at times. But yeah, at least 350.
You just say bad call, Sloaney.
No. That's I think he's at least got
he
another
started late too. He started late.
Yeah. In terms of Sean Manor, like he kicked 3 goals, and he's been a really good player for them. I think he's become their number one. Yes, I've been critical of him at times where he doesn't give it off when he should, but that's what small forwards are. They're opportunist type situations, and I think he's become their best small player in their side.
With the issues with Myers and Close
and Close as well. Henry wasn't as good yesterday, but yeah, this man's pretty consistent in what he does and can go into the midfield as well.
Their forward line's humming. They kick a lot of goals from that forward 50 part of the ground. Here's my votes. I thought Blixarves was the most influential player in the game. He was a difference. He changed that game in the second quarter onwards. Smith gets 8. Simpkin was enormous, and Ollie Dempsey continues a ripping season.
Simpkin's best game of the year?
Yeah, up there, yep.
Yeah. All righty, we'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. Llordo's Deep Dive is coming up next, and it really is a classic preliminary final, isn't it?
It is, some will say, one of the, arguably the best one we've seen.
All right, and there's been plenty of good ones, that's for sure. You be the judge right after this.
For someone that certainly doesn't support the Western Bulldogs, I got swept up in the 2016 final series because of the Western Bulldogs and the history they were chasing. Everyone got behind them, unless even as their second team. So the Western Bulldogs 2016 preliminary final we're going to look at. GWS, the Western Bulldogs. Let's look at the heartbreak of the Doggies leading into this preliminary final. They just kept losing prelims, so they just couldn't get there. So they were chasing a drought where they lost 85, 92, the heartbreak to the Adelaide Crows in 97, 98, Geelong in 08, St Kilda in 09 by 7 points, and then again to St Kilda in 2010, Damo.
Yeah, and even if you go to the year before this famous 2016 year, Llordo, they were out in an elimination final in 2015, that being Luke Beveridge's first year. But you get to the 2016 final series, and they had to go to Perth to play West Coast in an elimination final, and they did that quite convincingly, Llordo. It was a result that they benefited from their players the previous week being able to rest. Easton Wood, Jack McRae, Tom Liberatore, but they
weren't given a chance in this game.
They weren't, Browny, and it just started to take shape, didn't it, in that particular week? And then the next week was the bigger one when it's all said and done. So Hawthorn coming off the premierships of 2013, 14 and 15. Week 2. Semi-final week, and the Western Bulldogs end their dreams of a 4th consecutive premiership. And it just started to become a potential fairy tale reality with how this game unfolded. And then they get to this particular game against the Giants.
Yeah, and it was unbelievable. They did. They started rolling. Their momentum was incredible. And Clay Smith had one of the most influential first halves, or I think in any prelim. He was enormous, kicking left foot snaps, left foot, drop punts. He was so sharp down there, and he was paying tribute there to one of his good mates that he lost during the week, playing inspired footy. But 4 first half goals, he really helped set him up. And this was like probably the biggest moment for his career. And he ended up playing, I think, mid-50 games, and his career...
He'd had a lot of injuries, a lot of knee injuries.
Yeah, yep. But what Doggies were so good. They were so clean around stoppages, and their ability to get to the outside, to get to their ball users, and Clay in these examples was a real strength of theirs.
And it was a brutal game, Rory, and there was injuries everywhere, carnage, and this one's... bit of an unlucky one from Roughhead. He got hit in the eye and just blurred his vision, so he was in doubt for a lot of the grand final week after that, but got up, he was so important to them in the ruck at that stage.
It probably helped Tom Boyd come into that position,
right.
Didn't it? Both in that prelim final and also the grand final.
And this was brutal on Callan Ward, one of the more courageous players in the game, absolutely knocked out cold there from a big knee from Cordy. So that is what this game does. It tests your courage, and you see Ward in serious trouble there.
He certainly was. And then the Giants actually made their move in the third quarter towards three-quarter time, and they kicked 3 goals. One of those, Rory Lobb, who is now at the Western Bulldogs, kicked a snap there. Jonathan Patton as well, the high draft pick, gets out the back and kicks a goal, and they draw level, or 1 point behind. And then Heath Shaw didn't kick a lot of goals, Heath Shaw, but he wandered forward and kicked the goal as well. There's Rory Lobb, and all of a sudden they're in front, and they go in front. But a late goal to Caleb Daniel, a 1 point Giants favour, as we see the Bulldogs getting it forward there. Really good contest again by Smith, and then that one, a rolling goal, and it's 1 point at three-quarter time.
Yeah, so let's have a look at the final quarter now, and some of the names that Nathan mentioned, and also some of the margins feature prominently here. Rory Lobb, as Nathan mentioned, was really in the thick of it on this occasion and just needed to do something, and he did. So there was also Toby Green. So once you combine those 2 goals, that got them out to a 14-point lead, and you thought to yourself, OK, where are we going with this? And there was a real sense of, OK, this is where we are heading now. But the Dogs, you can never underestimate them. And this had Luke Beveridge written all over it with the comeback by the Doggies just when all looked lost. Tory Dixon, Bont. Have we got these highlights or...?
Not sure what happened there, TJ.
I had a whole lot more there. But anyway, so it really did set the scene. And then we had the Jack McRae mark and goal. And history tells the rest that it was a 1-goal victory to the Doggies.
Yeah, and the final quarter moments in terms of the emotion that was there. We see here, TJ, here it is. TJ, here it is. Here's your moments here in the end there. Jake Stringer centering it up. This was when it really got emotional. They are 5 points up. He does give that one that you spoke of, TJ, to Tory Dixon there. And they knew they won it. Libra Torre, how much was Susan Alberti there was big. There's small go Browny, which was emotional for him. Peter Gordon, who'd been part. And then Bobby Murphy and Wallace, who missed out there as well. You see there that he knew he was going to be missing out, but was a real heartbeat. And then BT gave the call to Das to call that, and you just see the emotion of his beloved Doggies. 55 years in the making that they have finally got to that grand final. So, and the week after, what a game it was against the Sydney Swans, which was sensational.
Sensational stuff by you, Llordo. Thanks very much, and well done to the Doggies. Great to relive that. We'll take a break. You're watching the Sunday Footy Show. So much happening off the field. Damo will tell us all about that in Agenda.
Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. It's Sunday Agenda time. Collingwood in 2027. Jeremy Howe, yes. Still side bottom, no. Scott Pendlebury, unknown. Nathan Brown, should he be playing next year?
Absolutely. I think Scott Pendlebury should be playing for Collingwood next year. I think his influence on games, his leadership, I just think you're playing. You're going to try and get some young players into the football club, but not at the expense of a player who is an on-field coach, and he probably is a coach in waiting. So I think it's an easy decision for me. When side bottom is retiring, I think you keep Pendlebury.
This is him last night. I mean, he again was crucial in the key moments last night. He wasn't best on ground. He doesn't need to be, and there's no expectation for him.
And the talk about going to Essendon, I can't have that, and I don't think he would even entertain going to Essendon.
Multiple clubs for 6 or 7 years have been trying to get him to go to their club for at least 1 or 2 years as a player and then to coach. But I agree with you. I don't think it'll happen.
I was going to ask, does it change if they get Lachie Neale, if they pull Lachie Neale in, or another midfielder?
And potentially Zach Butters. I wouldn't rule Zach Butters out of Collingwood either.
Or Zach Butters?
No, I still think on-field leadership, Scott Pendlebury is... I don't think there's a better player in the league for on-field leadership.
But it's not just on-field leadership. It's his knowledge of the culture of the Collingwood Footy Club and what he does off the field as well. He's just so encouraging on the field, even to opposition players. It's quite freakish.
Now, TJ, a talkback caller on 3AW managed to get out of Llordo something we, as a group, have been trying to for 10 years.
What, a Petracca ham?
Just to comment on his possibility of rejoining the club that he was a superstar at. This is 3AW talkback during the weekend.
I think if I wasn't doing what I was doing, I'd love to get back and help and be involved.
Would you really?
Yeah, I would at some stage in my lifetime. I'd love to be back in a club.
As an assistant?
Oh, I'm not sure what the role would be, Sam. Yeah, because I've done so much coaching. I'm not sure assistant coaching is what I'd like to do, because I've done so much coaching, but like
what
culture,
would you do, do you think?
Like culture, leadership standards, those types of things within a football club.
But could this be the opportunity?
No, not next year. No.
Jeez. So, Lloyd, you're still coaching very well at school level, obviously, and you've always, I suppose, avoided talking too publicly about this matter when we ask you about any potential of a return.
Well, what I love about Haileybury, Damo, is win-loss, and obviously seeing people develop, seeing people get better and trying to help them develop. So the caller did ring in and ask me would I go back there, and I said, well, I won't help, but at some point in my life, I would love to be involved at Clubland at some point, yeah. So,
But you were quite clear there that it wouldn't be as an assistant.
Yeah.
It would be as a senior coach.
No, not as a senior coach. Some role within a football department.
What, like director of football or something?
Yeah, as I said there before, like I think the standards at the club have been pretty low in terms of standards, following structure. You see what Collingwood have. You know what Collingwood have? There's something within their football club which is so special, that just has them keep performing, and that takes a lot of good people.
So what could you bring to Essendon?
What I just said there before, I'd love to be involved with players' standards, the culture, driving, sticking to game plan, supporting the coaches in that. So
what role is that? It seems like a very unique role.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure exactly. I just spoke out aloud to a caller, put any more thought into it.
Yeah. And the other thing I took out of that, Sam McClure broadcasts laying down, does it? Yes. Quite extraordinary.
Break the line.
But obviously, the club wouldn't want you just for that. We'd want the coaching element as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, but you wouldn't go as an assistant?
It's something that doesn't appeal to me right now, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Gold Coast Suns last week snapped a 10-game losing sequence, lost again on the weekend, and there's more issues with Christian Petracca's form, Rory. So let's listen to Damien Hardwick post-match after the loss to the Lions.
He's had a bit of a downturn in form sort of thing. I've got to find how I can best use him, I think, and that's up to me to figure it out. We've had some really good conversations, and he will do whatever I want for the benefit of the team. That's a great thing about Christian. Like, he's a guy that has come from a background at Melbourne where best player, Norm Smith medalist and all that sort of stuff, and what I'm after Christian is a little bit different up here.
I love this from a senior coach, Damo, going in to back your player in. If you hear that as, especially a senior player, which Christian is now, what it does is make you want to perform and want to get better and put the work in. And that's what I think...
So why is he playing out of the midfield then?
Because I think, as Damien Hardwick said, there's a new phase of Christian's game that he's got to accept, and it's going to be a different role up forward where he's got to have big impact with littler touches, I think. That high half forward role, he might be able to get up more, but he's got to hit the scoreboard too. So he's going to have to accept.
Did they get him there to be a midfielder though?
Maybe they did, but that changes. The evolution of that squad's changing, and Damien Hardwick's going to have to change a few things next year if they want to perform in finals. So I think this is a role Christian will have to accept, and when a coach backs you up like that in a press conference, you go, all right, I'll accept that, and I'll do my best to make sure I dominate for the team.
The spate of contact on field umpires in 2026 continued last night. Bo McCreary was the focus of this one. Had probably his career game last night, but there's an incident that will attract the attention of the football department at the AFL where his opponent there was pushed into the path of the umpire. So just watch it one more time there. McCreary's highlighted, and he does find himself here with McDonald just pushed into the umpire. So there's scope, TJ, for the department itself, the football department itself, to look at this as a team issue and a potential fine there. But they're really keen to eliminate this practice, and it has happened far too many times in 2026.
And I think the club as a whole might get a hefty fine as well.
Possibly.
Yeah, because I think they've reached that threshold, have they not?
I'm not sure on the Hawks. Other clubs are close to it, so we'll probably
That should
know.
be on Collingwood, though, that one, shouldn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
On Collingwood, sorry, with Bo McCreary.
Yeah.
Murphy Reid missed Friday night's game against the Crows. Pre-match, Justin Longmuir was really open about the damage that was sustained by Murphy Reid the previous week in their loss to Melbourne and how he may not play in the final round as well.
It's hard to tell. There is a possibility he'll miss next week as well, Damo, with that, yeah. And it happened in the first quarter, and it shows me he's got a fair bit of ticket to be able to play through that, and he was in a lot of pain.
Okay.
A little bit of me time.
I just want to play the audio.
Bad boy Barrett.
So that's interesting. You actually threw to yourself and you said nothing for 10 seconds. There was just a series of facial expressions.
I cut that piece of vision, TJ.
I'm sure you did.
That's good, Damo.
Could have just run audio. Yeah.
Good way to finish.
It's a good question, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Murphy Reid may not play next week.
You did some good noddies too.
Is it a bleed? Is it for?
It's a groin knock.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a groin knock.
Yeah.
And he played through that in the Melbourne loss. Wasn't his best game, but at least contributed and now missed that game on Friday and most likely, I think, next week as well.
It's normally Llordo throwing to himself, isn't it?
All righty, we'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. More footy after the break and the quiz not too far away. Welcome back. Great to have your company. A few weeks away until Father's Day, and a little later on in the show, you've got an idea for a Father's Day gift.
I do?
Yeah.
What is it?
We just spoke about it like 5 seconds ago before we came back.
And it could be bought for this man on my right. That's just a bit of a clue.
Oh, yes. Now I got it. I've got no idea what you were talking about, but now I do know.
Genuinely 5 seconds before we came back.
What was it, GG, after all that?
Well, I don't want to give too much away. Now, Brisbane Lions and the Gold Coast Suns, they call it the Q Clash, and this was all about the Lions.
It was Logan Morris 4, Charlie Cameron 2, Oscar Allan. Good to see him kick a couple, but what a belting it was. Ashcroft, Browny, 31, and what a record he's now put together.
Well, Lachie Neale's been the number one midfielder of this football club for a long time, and I think the changing of the guard has been happening over the last couple of seasons, but the second half of his year this year has been off the charts. I thought he started slowly, but the last half of this season has him probably in the All-Australian team again. He was outstanding, 31 touches and a goal, and I think he is their premier midfielder
How
now.
touching would this moment be, Browny?
Yeah,
Second
good,
time he's received a Marcus Ashcroft.
And the brother played really well. He was the highest rated player on the ground last night.
And Allan to him this week?
I would. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep, I'd go him ahead of Neale at the moment.
Votes?
Sorry, TJ. The votes in this game, Will Ashcroft gets a 9, Zach Bailey 8, Zorko 8, and his brother Levi gets a 7.
This segment's been like texting Rory. You know how it's like about a 2-hour delay before. Someone said to me the other day that they got a text from you and it just went ha 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 ha, and then realised it was from a text a week earlier. Something funny.
That's fair enough.
All right, Jess Webster joins us now with a look at AFLW. It began this time last week, I guess, at Marvel Stadium with St Kilda Carlton, but it's on in earnest now, and it kicked off on Thursday night at Princess Park.
Absolutely. Carlton won that game last Sunday by 32 points at Marvel Stadium, but the rest of round one resumed on Thursday night. Hawthorn taking on Melbourne. This was a cracking game to kick things off at Icon Park. Melbourne shot out of the blocks. They led by as much as 23 points in the first quarter before the Hawks kicked into gear. Anya McDonald, the All-Australian from last year, kicked 3 goals. The Hawks got back and got scores level at three-quarter time, but 3 unanswered goals in the final quarter from the Ds. A couple of classy finishes from Eliza McNamara and Shelley Heath, who weaved her way through traffic here beautifully, saw Melbourne win by 19 points under new coach Tom Wilson. Yesterday at Marvel Stadium, North Melbourne and Geelong hoping to be a contender this year. They actually led North Melbourne by a point at quarter time, but since then North kicked 13 goals to 1 after half-time. They've now won 28 games straight, haven't lost in over 2 years. It was Geelong's biggest ever loss in the AFLW and North Melbourne's second biggest ever win. So the defending premiers certainly kicked off their season on a bright note. Last night at Icon Park, Richmond taking on Collingwood. Collingwood had 10 debutants. The number 1 pick, Olivia Walmarans, kicked a goal for the Tigers. Poppy Kelly also kicked a good goal. And how about this from Ruby Slasher, an early goal of the year contender, a bright spark for Collingwood after they lost that game. But that was definitely a highlight for the Pies. That was her 75th game as well. And then up on the Gold Coast, the Dogs won by 26 points. And Smith and Isabel Pritchard kicked a couple of nice goals there. So good start to the Western Bulldogs in their AFLW season opener.
I know we're seeing the best in terms of highlights, but the skill level is definitely improving year on year.
It is. Just can I ask you, what does the comp need to do to bridge the gap on North? Why is it going on for so long, you think?
Oh, I think there's so many reasons for it. One, they have an excellent coach in Darren Crocker. The way they built their list from the second they entered the competition was first class. Their list is in their prime, and they also have had barely any injuries in the last couple of seasons as well. So they've set it up so wonderfully from day one, and the list is.
Can you see them being beaten this year?
No.
Who's the biggest threat?
Melbourne. So in the preliminary final last year, Melbourne got within 10 points of North Melbourne. It was the closest any side's gotten to them, I think, since Geelong drew with them in 2024. But Melbourne probably, I think the way they move the ball, they're probably up there with one of the biggest contenders.
Is it the core playing group, over these past few years?
Yeah, when you think about Jazz Garner, Ash Riddell, who won the league best and fairest last year, so the midfield is very, very sound. Their forward line, they've just got so many threats. Talia Randall, Blaheem Bogue, she couldn't get a game for North in 2024 and then was All-Australian leading goal kicker last year. It's just, they just have a great ability to find talent, and they're amazing.
And just touching back onto the Tigers-Pies game, Mon Conti found herself in a bit of hot water for a bump.
Yes, this is a huge story if Mon Conti gets suspended. This is like suspending Nick Dacos in the AFLW competition. So a high bump on Ailey Runnels here. She did get her high. Ailey Runnels did play out the game, so no issues from that point of view. But Mon Conti has won the last 8 club best and fairest from her 9 seasons in the AFLW competition.
No concussion?
No concussion.
Clumsy at best?
Yes.
I think the outcome helps. And it shouldn't. It should be the action that we suspend. But if you're going on what has been previous, I think she has to get off, doesn't she?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I mean, I do think she's got a case to answer for, but maybe with an early guilty plea, maybe a fine, it'll get down to, but it's a big story if she gets rubbed out.
And just the double-header component, the men's game being played after the women's game, the St Kilda Carlton success of last Sunday night, the North Melbourne Geelong one yesterday. I know there's been family feels to both these games. There's a few more to come, but there's only 3 weeks of crossover from the men's season finishing with the women's season starting. What's the future with the doubleheader?
Well, hopefully we see more of them. I think we've had some great success early. 20,000 last week at Marvel Stadium. We had 14,500 at Marvel Stadium yesterday. We've got a doubleheader at NG Stadium this afternoon, and then we've got 2 doubleheaders, GMHBA Stadium next week and the SCG as well. So it's an interesting one because it's only been 4 years since we've had the AFLW season played at this time of the year, and because the season has been short, we haven't had many weeks of crossover, so it's only been the last couple of years where I think these opportunities have presented, but so far so good. It's been something we've been calling for a long time in the AFLW, and it's just so great to see so many fans get down early to the stadiums and watch the girls play.
Absolutely. And before you know it, there'll be scarves, badges, they'll become personalities in their own right, as they should. All right, good on you, Jess. You come back a little later on and preview some men's.
Come back a little bit later on, yeah. I'll see you guys.
All right, well, you're always welcome. All right, we'll take a break. The quiz is next, and you gave us a little bit of a heads
Sanctions, fines, rubbed out, sanctions.
Okay, and of course the Father's Day.
Yep. I've figured out what that is now. It was just a strange way to bring it back. We're going to do it later, but there's some memorabilia that's going to be sold, and if you're a Crows fan, you might want to be listening up.
Good tease. Give us a go, Crows, for the break.
Go Crows, Llordo!
Browny's quiz, brought to you by Sportsbet. $250 on the line, and a very good morning to you, Tony Barber, wherever you are. Who are we playing for?
Stephen Vesti from Kalgoorlie in WA, Browny.
Linfield from Wheelers Hill, Victoria.
Christopher Musgrove from Armidale in Western Australia.
And I'm heading to Torquay, down on the Surf Coast, Rory.
Yes.
And hopefully this guy doesn't play for the Torquay Tigers, but Jordan Beanland.
Sanctions is the topic today. So question number 1. After the drug saga and all the players are out, who captained Essendon?
Come on.
David Zaharakis?
Incorrect. In 2016.
Ken Hinkie.
Brendan Goddard.
Brendan Goddard is right, Llordo.
Yes.
Famous faces. In 2023, Port Adelaide was fined $100,000.
What's right?
Alir and Tom Jonas.
Alir is right, Damo. Okay, so these players have all been fined over $20,000 in their careers. So there's 11 players all up. These are 9 of them.
Let's go with Daisy on the
Daisy
bottom
Thomas.
left-hand.
-3, Damien. Bad luck.
Unlucky, Damo.
Name one of the 2 Richmond players sent home from Queensland in 2020.
What's right?
There was...
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Coleman Jones. Callum Coleman Jones.
I'll give you that, Damo. After
Mate, that was as
Kebab
delayed as Rory's
Sydney
replies on
Stack
text.
or Callum Coleman Jones. Sometimes the good bloke factor handles out.
Thank you.
All right. Question number 4. This is famous faces. Dean Solomon got 8 weeks for his...
Cameron Ling.
Cameron Ling,
from the top of
Llordo.
the goal square. I will go Ben Cunnington.
Ben
Great footballer.
Cunnington, plus 1 point for
Great
Llordo.
footballer, Ben Cunnington.
Closest to the pin. TJ has requested it start at the other end today. Kurt Tippett, career goals.
Oh, thank God.
314.
338.
I'll go 342.
I'll go 339.
Damo was the closest, 325, but everyone was pretty close. Famous faces. Melbourne were fined for conduct prejudicial to the game's interest.
What crime?
It was tanking, despite there being no definition of tanking.
Yes, Damo, that is correct.
See, Damo gets all these because you've driven most of these issues to get
Yeah, I didn't drive that one.
Famous
I didn't have a
faces,
definition. Let's go with Loosh.
The Loosh. Who's going to stop the Loosh? You can risk it all, Damo.
Oh, may
How
as well,
many?
Brownie. I've only got one. So.
You've only got one. The risk question is, who is the most reported player in VFL AFL history?
So reported, not suspended.
Reported?
Reported.
Reported.
Have you got this
25
right, Rocco?
separate umpire reports.
Oh, let's go with umpire reports as opposed to match review office reports. No, I'm quite serious.
Just throw a name out there, Damo.
Let's go with Toby Green.
Incorrect. David Rees-Jones is your man.
No, I'm quite serious.
That was the question I was trying to ask.
Sydney went to the Supreme Court when Andrew Dunkley...
Come on.
Barry Hall.
We all missed it from the top of the goal square.
Yeah, that is correct, Llordo. -1, Tony. Make sure you take it off. And Llordo gets 1.
Almost can't lose if he gets another in.
I'll go with Damien Hardwick.
Dimma. Down the bottom. -1. The biggest on-field suspension since 2000 is 10 matches. Who was it? Yeah.
Brayshaw.
Incorrect.
No.
It was in a grand final.
What crime?
Alistair Lynch.
Alistair Lynch is correct. How many weeks did Phil Carman get?
Now, come on.
16?
Incorrect.
17.
He got 20, negative for both of you. Carlton were fined $930,000 for alleged under-the-table payments to 4 players. Name.
Stephen Silvani.
Yes.
Fraser Brown.
Yep, you got it. You only needed 2. The other 2 were Craig Bradley and Stephen O'Reilly.
You're due for points. Sure.
I need some points. Is that Butters in the top?
That is Zach Butters, yep.
Let's go Butters, yep.
Zach Butters. You get the run-on, Damo.
Okay.
Quickly, we'll see where all the points were. Steele. And Toby had the +3. Could you believe that? The run-on.
Okay.
Here it is.
It's already started, Brownie.
Time
Look, I'm
starts
missing time.
now. You're missing time. Byron Pickett received a 6-week suspension for a high bump on James Begley in what year?
2006.
Incorrect. 05. Essendon were fined how much in 2013?
$1 million.
$2 million. In 2018... Stiff, Damo. That was pretty unlucky. Okay. Who am I? Llordo out on 3, so you're going to have a crack at this, somebody. I was born 9th of August 1983.
Barry Hall.
No. I was a former All-Australian at Melbourne and was drafted from North Adelaide. For 3 points, I was a rookie selection.
What crime?
Shane Woden.
Incorrect. I was a ruckman and my nickname was the Russian.
We all missed it from the top of the goal
Mark
square.
Jamar, Llordo. That is a clean sweep. Over to 5, Llordo. Well done. Who are you playing for?
Christopher Musgrove from Armidale, Western Australia.
Christopher, $250 coming your way thanks to Sportsbet. If you want to join in, you scan the code right there.
All right, we'll take a break. You're watching the Sunday Footy Show. You're going to get it right before the end of the year, I reckon. See you soon. Hey, don't forget to escape, if you can, to Australia's northwest in Western Australia. Slip into Broome Time, where you can see a staircase to the moon and discover the crystal clear rock pools, spectacular outback gorges and thundering waterfalls of the Kimberley. Cruise along a mighty ancient river to see Aboriginal rock art, or slow down on a sunset boat cruise on the Southern Hemisphere's largest freshwater lake. Doesn't matter what angle you look at it, it is a beautiful place to visit. WA, as we continue now to look at the next of our matches.
We certainly are. Let's have a look at the stats board of Richmond St Kilda. 94 playing 45. Prestia He hung up the boots. Rechko was good. Bradley Hill, 41, as we spoke about. Hall had 40. Mitch Owens kicked a big bag of 5 as well. But he sort of almost manned Mitch Owens, but he certainly delivered yesterday.
They ask a lot of him, though, don't they, Browny, where they've thrown him into the ruck a bit, and he's that undersized forward, and you've had Sharman, who's had to do it a lot as well. No King. Caminiti's had to be thrown down there. But, gee, you'd love to have him in your team. Like, I think if they can get themselves going, I think Owens is capable of kicking 40 plus.
Oh, definitely, especially when King's back in the team and taking a number 1 defender. And he'll be one of that mid-sized one that'll just go under the radar, Jack Gunston style. So
yeah, some of his body work... Sorry, Rory.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see him having a massive year next year when King returns.
Some of his body work was outstanding.
Let's have a look at the votes from this game as well. And I thought that Bradley Hill was the best man on the ground. Hall had 9, Owens and Garcia. They've got a very good midfield, St Kilda, even without Nazaya.
Now, a little reason why Nathan was behind the 8 ball there is because... You've got a special announcement
what a
there.
Memorabilia read. Can you believe this?
If kids, if you haven't settled on something for Father's Day...
This is it for you, Dad. Look at this. After 19 incredible seasons, Adelaide legend Taylor Walker will call time on his career. Celebrate his legacy with exclusive, personally signed pieces, strictly limited, so don't miss your chance. Head to officialmemorabilia.com.au. The Texan, one of the greatest Crows of all time. I've got no idea why you don't have this read, being his mate.
Oh, I don't know why you got that, absolutely. But Tex, if you're going to infiltrate our show, at least come on it, right?
Oh, fair point.
Yeah. We're happy to promote your memorabilia. I mean, if otherwise you want the memorabilia,
seriously,
just come to me.
How much money do you need, mate?
Sound the sirens for me, will you? Sound the sirens, because I want them. I've never seen Rory. You did make it about you this week. I think you did. Look at this. Not just one photo. This is 11. So beers, kissing.
He's not in everyone, is he?
Yeah, not everyone. 11 of photos.
Kids are in there too.
Kids, the worst. Rory made it about him,
didn't he?
I thought Steve-O and Jagger Smith was bad.
Yeah, this is worse. This is awful. Me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I blame you for it.
Oh, yeah, you've sat beside me.
I've sat beside you for 2 years, so yeah, it's your fault.
Anyway, so there you go. Log on and you can get yourself some Taylor Walker memorabilia. Hey, Lou Richards medal. The votes are
in camera
now, which means they're under lock and key, and they won't be revealed until the winner is revealed on... When are we doing that? Grand final, our show, or the...
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah, OK. Well, no, it could be the Friday...
The other one.
The grand final eve one. Yeah.
Essendon and Hyundai, really good people out there.
Yeah, they are. James and the team, you can have a look at that brand new Hyundai Alexio EV, valued at $61,990 drive away.
Big screen.
Big screen. 27-incher.
Thank you. Do you want to do the rest, Damo?
No, I just remember the big screen.
Yeah, with your smartphone or smartwatch, and a premium interior featuring a 27-inch panoramic display, dual wireless charging, vehicle-to-load capability, and a heads-up driver display. So James and the team there at Essendon Hyundai do a magnificent job.
They do.
Well, it's here.
It's ready.
I didn't think it was going to make it, but Media-Ocre has actually arrived. Was there? Did you do an edit and take Daisy out?
No, we kept Daisy in. Good mate of mine, Daisy, worked with him on Triple M today, so he'll be thrilled to be in there today.
Is that why you've taken some stuff of Daisy out of it?
No. We no fear or favour here. Mediocre goes hard.
All right, you be the judge. Here it is.
Hosting TV is hard, and even the best have their moments.
And of course, 2 Alf Browns and Tom Brown is with. Sorry, excuse me, Tom Morris. I knew I was going to do that. What a start!
Thanks for joining us on Footy Classified, wherever you may be watching with us tonight.
Dale Thomas found that out this week.
What a panel it is, starting off with the chief footy reporter at this network. Got to start. Channel 7. I was going to go with the number 1 news hound. That is, of course, Mitch Cleary. Mitch.
All of it works, Daisy. Good evening to you.
Don't worry, Daisy. I've known it for a while.
This man, Kyrie Irving, went number 1 in the NBA draft at the Cleveland Cavaliers.
What happens when you use the word happens too much? Well, this happened.
All the playmakers get involved from a Collingwood point of view, and usually it happens. When it happens, good things come forward.
The Aussies kicked off their summer of cricket against Bangladesh this week. Or did they?
So, 102 runs behind the Australians. A big uphill battle tomorrow. The Tasmanians looked very solid in defence. Sorry, the Bangladeshis looked very solid in defence this evening.
This year, Roaming Brian became Lonely Brian. And now we have Moaning Brian.
Great to see all of them. I might just grab... what's it, Maddie? Can I get you for one? No, Maddie doesn't want to talk. He doesn't. They all run away like little school kids. It is beyond belief, actually, as we have a look around the corner here. I might just grab an opportunity here. So no, they all run away like little school children. Lenny, we speak to any of these guys or not? No, they all run away. It's a bloody joke. Absolute embarrassment for them, I reckon, as adults. Anyway.
There are great Johnnies in the music world. Johnny Cash, Johnny Farnham, Johnny Ramone, and now...
And it says, the headline is Mark Robinson. What did Johnny Mitchell sing?
Johnny? Johnny?
Joni. What did Joni Mitchell sing?
Johnny.
Excuse me. Oh, dear. That's going to get a few runs.
Finally, our word of the week is from one of our own at 9.
The AFL have until October 2027 to rip this contract up.
I understand that.
Top 10 picks are more valuable to Melbourne than they are the Suns.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah, but he's coming off limited pre-season.
No, I understand that. But, like, what's been with this year?
Well, he had an ACL last year.
I understand that.
And they chose Hawthorn.
I understand.
Hawthorn are into a prelim.
I also understand that.
Salary cap's a salary cap.
I understand that.
He's got some footy still left.
I understand that.
He won the best and fairest last year.
I understand that. Yeah, no, I understand that.
Sydney fans rock up in
I
Victoria.
understand that.
The Giants went through the process.
I understand that.
Kingsley. He's not an accumulator guy.
I understand that. I totally understand that.
They've got the most money.
I understand that.
He was a free agent.
No, I understand that.
That would be overs.
I understand that.
He's contracted.
Yeah, I understand that.
He's got a contract, Sam.
I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Totally understand that.
He's 3 years older than James.
I understand that. I understand that.
So-
Completely understand that. Totally understand that. No, I understand that. And I understand that.
They're hand in glove.
I understand that, but don't put words in my mouth, Mitchell.
I understand that is Media-Ocre.
Word of the week. He loves this segment too.
He loves this segment. He does. So does Hutchie.
Yeah.
Is there any reason why they didn't put the video out of that one this week? Is that because of that mistake?
I would imagine it would be out.
Johnny Mitchell?
I reckon it has been out.
Right.
Other people have seen it, I think.
Oh, okay.
What are you hearing?
Hey?
What are you hearing?
Oh, I might be wrong.
Have you heard?
I might be wrong.
No,
but I don't think
Hutchie-
we couldn't find the vision of it. That's all. That's why we had to play the.
Hutchie doesn't back away from what he does, as you know.
Well, we just couldn't find. We couldn't find the video, Damo.
How do you go with Sam McClure? You are mates.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
How will that go today?
He'll be fine with that. You know.
He'll take it for what it's.
He'll understand that.
He'll understand it.
I'll tell you what he might want to do is find a better hat collection. We'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. I can understand that. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show, the penultimate home and away round. Second last. Which means there's still a few matches today. Jess, Webster rejoins us.
Certainly is, TJ. So we've got 3 games this afternoon. We start at NG Stadium, the Giants taking on West Coast at 1:40, the AFLW game. To follow that in a double header, then a twilight match at the MCG. A big challenge for Essendon taking on the Sydney Swans. But the game we want to focus on today is at Marvel Stadium at 3 o'clock. It is the Western Bulldogs taking on Carlton. Their rise continues in the AFL season this year under Josh Fraser. Rory, it's a huge game at Marvel Stadium between these two sides. It's a wild card shaping game. So who do you have under the pump this week?
And I've got the air compressor. It was about 90 kilos, so I just got it over my head. And I said, what am I? He said, you're under the pump. What do you have? I'm under the pump.
We love under the pump. Doggy's midfield group is under the pump this week. And compared to last year, Llordo, Doggy's midfield hit the scoreboard last year. Whereas this year, there's been a massive drop-off. That's Fraser compared to last season. Richards, 22 to 16 this year. Kennedy, 21 goals last year, 8 this year. Sanders, 13, 4 this year. So Dogs mids without Bont. Bont's been the one that's improved that stat, but without him, without Richards, it's going to be a pretty tough game for them.
Who do you want to step up? Out of those 4, who do you want to step up the most?
Probably Fraser. I think maybe Bont and Kennedy and Sanders. So I've gone 3 there, but probably Fraser the most.
I love it, Rory, because Carlton are red hot right now in that area, like between Smith, Cripps, Walsh and Hewitt. They are flying right now, Jess.
Llordo, how highly do you rank Carlton under Josh Fraser? They've got the Freo Dockers next week. They're probably going to play wild card. I mean, it's an extraordinary story.
Yeah, they've won 10 of 12 now. I think they're sitting 10th on the ladder, but I judge them as a 4 to 6 side. So, yeah, I think they can win the next 2. I think Fremantle at home, I think at Marvel next week, I think they can win that as well.
No worries today, Llordo?
No, I think they'll show everyone again just how good they are, like they have against the Saints.
Fully bought in.
I'm 100% in on what they... Once I saw them destroy Brisbane, I'm 100% in.
And we've fully bought in on Josh Fraser as the next Carlton coach?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Extraordinary story, TJ, isn't it?
Absolutely it is. It's it is quite extraordinary, and he's played it beautifully too, hasn't he? By just sort of saying, I'm not thinking about it, not thinking about it, not thinking about it.
Yeah, the record speaks for itself, doesn't it? The only 2 losses out of the 12 matches that he's had, and the change in narrative when Chris Davies 2.5, 3 weeks ago went public with, we want him to be part of it, and then the passing of his father put that on pause for about a fortnight, but then he officially submitted the application and the presentation during the week.
All right, good stuff. Jess, thanks very much. Good calling today, the AFLW match that you've got there. Handball is next, and not so much a Collingwood flavour, even though it's Anthony Rocca and Gavin Krasiska. They're there for a very, very good cause. They are side by side in their fight for an illness which affects so many Australians. All to be explained after the break. Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. Llordo keeps challenging me. He says, go on, do it on there, do it on there.
One more,
righto.
Left hand.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. You like that one? Anyway, it's not about me. It's about two stars of the Collingwood Football Club. Please introduce our guests and you'll be green with envy.
I certainly will. Gavin Krasiska and Anthony Rocca. Welcome to the Sunday Footy Show.
Great to have you guys. Thank you. Now, we need to explain, you haven't become umpires, right? This is all for a very worthwhile cause. Do you want to tell us first, Pebbles?
Yeah, I'm a lymphoma ambassador and Gavin is a part of the program as well, and we do our best to raise awareness for lymphoma Australia.
And this is all too close to home for you, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is. I battled my disease last year and got through it on the great side, and hoping to raise awareness for others who are fighting the battle.
And the green, Gav?
I'm not quite sure. It's Go Lime September. Yeah. So it's been a really good start to the month. I guess we're really supportive of the media and so forth. My position was my wife was going through breast cancer and my son was then diagnosed with lymphoma, which was a pretty stressful year in 2022, as you can imagine. And we just saw the differences between what breast cancer patients received in resource-wise and education compared to lymphoma. Dropping your 23-year-old off to cancer treatment on his own is a pretty daunting and scary sort of thing to be a part of. So Nicole, once they both got well, it was a really key component for her to be able to get involved with Lymphoma Australia, which is a small charity, and hopefully raise this awareness and provide more information for those suffering from lymphoma, because it's I guess the little policy that I have is no one should fight lymphoma alone. So yeah, we're sort of doing our best to raise awareness.
And sorry, just the stats are quite frightening, aren't they? Like #1 killer for all Australians between 16 and 29, is it?
Yeah, from 16.
Oh, sorry, not killer.
#1 cancer for people the age group of 16 to 29. So, look, it's really prevalent at that age group. So we're just trying to raise as much awareness as we can.
And awareness, the AFL industry is so good at it, isn't it, Anthony? You mentioned before that today's game, Sydney Swans versus Essendon, there's a couple of players in the pre-match are going to be having the green socks.
Yeah, it is. Nate Caddy, being the great person he is, reached out. I coached him a few years ago, and he just reached out to say, what can I do? How can I help? We had to think about it, and we're going to give him a pair of green socks to wear, and I know Brodie Grundy pretty well as well, so both of them are going to wear it in their warm-up, not during the game, which might be a bit odd, but during their warm-up, yeah.
Just what's the one warning sign, the biggest warning sign with lymphoma?
Just to know your body. Know your body. When I had mine, I had back pain in the middle of the night. Now, people have different awarenesses. A lot of it is lumps on people that shouldn't be there, so be aware of some lumps that shouldn't be there, but mine was back pain in the middle of the night.
And switching to footy now, Gavin, so you work in the club and doing a bit of work with the past players?
Yeah, I've been back there probably three years full-time and before that a couple of years part-time. Look, what we've done with our past player program's been enormous. We've had really great support from the footy club to have someone employed full-time to basically case manage and work with our past players has been, look, I'm really grateful to have that opportunity. It's a job I love. I help the older guys facilitate technology and so forth, and the resources that the AFLPA have for our past players is there, but a lot of our guys didn't know about it, so we've been able to communicate I guess what the AFLPA can provide, and we support them as best we can and make things easier for them.
Who takes advantage of that?
No one's taken advantage of it, but we definitely have a lot of guys that reach out. Look, guys that are comfortable, they can also reach out to the AFLPA alumni on their own. That's completely fine, but I'm just there to create a service, and if they need that support, I'm here.
Anthony, you're coach of the Northern Knights. How are you travelling this year?
Yeah, it was a great game we had yesterday where both teams come together for the lymphoma round with the Eastern Rangers. Our boys at the Northern Knights have had a really good year. We've got some really good talent out there, and we've gelled really well as a team this year. So we're looking forward to the finals and seeing how far we can go.
Rory, What?
A fewer chance to get drafted?
I would say there's more than a few chances to get drafted.
Sorry, TJ.
Rory, a product of the Eastern Rangers.
Yeah.
It was a lean year, that draft year, obviously, but...
It was a bit further out east there.
And you may have someone in the top 3 or 4 this year.
Yeah, we could have our big fella, Harry Van Hatten, as one of our really good players in our team who could go probably top 3, top 4. And there's certainly a few that can go in the first round.
Now, Gav, you were quite confident when you arrived here at Channel 9, but then you saw, we're going to show it now, this was Pebbles in the in the rehearsal. Look at that.
You're putting me under the pump now.
I'll tell you what.
Yellow ball, worth double.
So you can use that at any stage. I'll explain a little bit further. You can use that at any stage, okay? Just once.
And you're competing at the moment. Finn O'Sullivan's on 86, and this is the best prize pack in the business.
This is the end of season prize.
The Temper mattress, the Pro Smart Temper mattress there, the Pro Lux, the pillows as well. Do you sleep well, boys? Because these really help. You don't good sleepers?
No.
Mate, as soon as I saw that moving, I'm out, mate. Yeah. It was stationary maybe, but...
It is 86 to beat Finn O'Sullivan, and then you sleep well at night and you go out and you play well all day down the fairways. Callaway Quantums, the latest and the greatest. Our good friends at Callaway. Full set of clubs there, and that is the great prize pack.
Alrighty, let's move the target. Who's going to go first? Gav?
Hands left.
All right.
Left and right, is it?
Yep.
5 off the
Just let me know when you want the yellow ball.
5.
Hands.
Oh,
15.
Go.
7. You want the yellow?
No, when he wants it.
One each 5 or?
No.
So just once? Yeah. No, I don't want it. I'm a right-hander, mate.
Oh, what a good start.
7. This is
39. Really good. All right, Pebbles.
You were doing some dodges in the warm-up.
Oh, watch out, Rory.
15.
7.
22.
Yellow.
Oh, yellow.
Feel it.
14 goes to 36. And 43. So 43 to 39.
Levels.
7. 46.
7.
53.
7.
60.
7.
Ooh, 67.
Rory.
Last one. Yellow.
This will put you in front.
Oh, and a 14. And he moves to 81.
81. Good score. Side by side.
Whoa!
48.
No pressure.
58.
I'm going to bash you.
5.
3.
7.
What's he need, Brownie?
70.
Hang on, hold it.
He needs 12, Damo.
Right.
17. So he does move. I thought he was on 77, but that's okay.
All right.
So 81.
Well, I got that right.
Gav wins.
Gavin Krasiska is our winner for today for Louis Handball. Well done, Gav. And well done to the both of you, of course, for raising awareness for the cancer, which affects so many, including Pebbles himself and, of course, Joshy as well, your boy. So
If Gav had got a bullseye on the last shot, he would have been in front. He would have got 87.
Oh. Yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
Nearly. Information we could have used.
Pebbles' goal over the goalpost in the ground.
That wraps it up for this edition of the Sunday Footy Show. But as we always say,
may the sun shine on you today. Have a great day, everyone.